Hello my friends on the YouTube channel. My name is Mr. Mano and this is going to be an introduction to my new channel, The Study of Stuff. Now if you followed me over from my previous channel, my other channel, Mr. Mano Elia, this is different content altogether. Far more serious and all that business. Now, what is the study of stuff? The study of stuff. Well, I guess to give you a little small intro on why I'm doing this is because started years and years ago, but 7-8 years ago, 5 to 7, 8 years ago, I don't really know where I wanted to start that timeline from. I really got serious about diving into information. What the purpose was at the time, I didn't know, but I kind of knew that it was important. What I did was I kept an axiom sacred, so to keep me from veering off from the path of truth, so to speak, and keeping myself from getting wrapped up in dogmatic thinking, because that could be very damaging. I guess that's what we're all trying to break nowadays, is this dogmatic thinking that's going on in the world. So my axiom was, the right answer to the wrong question remains a wrong answer. Therefore, you must spend more time thinking about the question rather than the answer. That's my own little quote. So I kept this in mind always. Why? Because I find, well, it's pretty obvious, people tend to group themselves with a school of thought, whether it be a metaphysical, philosophical, religious, or whether it be scientific. And in doing so, you segregate yourself from other forms of information, and you kind of miss the point a lot of times, as well as you discount other people's ideas that actually may benefit you and your research and your study. So I did an integrated study of all things, well, not of all things, but as many things as I was interested in. So I allowed synchronicity to guide me as well. So if something would pop in my head, I'd look into it and kind of hope that the right book came to me, and so on and so forth. So in this integrated study, I looked at psychology, physics, study of consciousness in general, energy work, meditation, and so on and so forth. Quite a lot of other subjects too that I'm leaving out, but for time's sake, we're moving forward. And now, what I was also trying to achieve was a lot of self-help books and books in general on philosophy and stuff like that keep things very abstract and give you an action plan. Some of them do, but I found that a lot of times I didn't know what to listen to and how to go about doing a lot of these things, so I tried a whole whack of them. In the end, I kind of concluded that a lot of them had so many similarities that they could all be integrated into a sort of easier way of doing things. Now, I find that, as I said earlier, people have dogmatic thinking. They also have that in the world of spiritual exercising. So, for example, you know, someone will think that yoga is the way to go, and qigong is the way to go, and then this one sucks for this reason, and so on and so forth. Well, I found that a lot of times ritual was really embedded in a lot of these things, and if you took ritual out, as well as looking at a bunch of different forms of energy work, for example, or meditation or calisthenics, and picking the best parts, taking the ritual out, you actually have like a far better, easier approach to things, an easier way of attuning and balancing. Now, this all sounds like my life is great, and it is great, but I mean like that, you know, everything in my life is perfect and all. It really isn't. I'm working through a lot of the stuff that I'll be talking about on these videos, and basically these videos are me going from a knowledgeable perspective of just knowing to a wise perspective of doing. So, you know, knowledge is about knowing, wisdom is about doing. This is about getting wise, and hopefully you guys want to come along for the ride too, and we can share together. Another thing that I want to mention is I always avoided having the mentality that I disliked when I'd see in others about the teacher not being able to learn from the student. Not to say that I'm a teacher, but I am sharing information. At any point, I'm always open to hearing information as well, and we're all students at the end of the day, and that's what this is all about. It's about kind of sharing with you guys some of the things I learned along the way, having you guys teach me a few things, and giving some advice, I guess, exercises in a practical manner on some subjects that have been made confusing and difficult, I guess. Meditation is a good example of that. Like when I started getting into it, like I was very confused. So anyways, I'm gonna try to keep things as simple as I can and try to explain as much as I can. So yeah, I hope this is a good introduction and has enticed you all to hit the subscribe button, please. Anyways, hit the subscribe button, and there'll be a lot of videos coming. Yeah. Any comments or suggestions are always welcome. And yeah, man, let's do this, peoples. Bye bye.